After spending a few years being a fan of what Oppo has done in the Android space, it's always great to go back and remember the reasons why. I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and this is our review of the Oppo R9s. Oppo has spent the last few years leaving a significant dent in the smartphone market, and a lot of it has to do with the quality of its products. The company's R lineup was always meant to defy the odds of smartphone design, and in the case of the R9s, some of this legacy made it, some of it didn't, actually. For starters, we don't blame you for confusing this device with a fruity competitor. The aluminum back and bezeled front are clearly inspired elsewhere, but there are design elements that Oppo improves. Like, for example, I really love this 6-string antenna line pattern, which I feel actually complements the design and every OEM should follow. And hey, if you've ever wanted to have an iPhone with an AMOLED display, you're actually looking at it. We've got a gorgeous 5.5-inch 1080p AMOLED display with punchy color and deep blacks. The front fingerprint scanner is also very responsive, and Oppo includes capacitive navigation keys to not steal from your screen real estate. Internally, this is a premium mid-ranger. We've got a Snapdragon 625 processor, 4GB of RAM, and 64GB of expandable storage. There are dual SIM capabilities if you'd like to skip on the microSD card, and a 3010 mAh battery that has proven to last more than the day of average use. Oppo has also included VOOC rapid charging technology with this device, which far overtakes almost every competitor in charging speeds. Trust me, I love it. Powering the show is ColorOS version 3, which is now based on Android 6.0 Marshmallow. Sure, we're a full version of Android late, but you have to keep in mind that the OS looks nothing like Android. That's the way ColorOS has always been. Iconography, navigation menus, the lack of an app tray, and even notifications all resemble the look and the feel of how iOS behaves. I know for some of you this is bad, but I've gotta hand it to Oppo for how responsive this user interface is, even for a premium mid-ranger. Then there are the few tricks that I really love about Oppo's UI that make a comeback in this device, like for example being able to encrypt applications to unlock them with your fingerprint, something that not every OEM practices, and some other features like the gestures to launch the camera when the phone is locked or launch the flashlight, which are quite useful. And speaking of the camera, we've actually got a decent combo here of two 16-megapixel shooters, the primary including f1.7 aperture, phase detection autofocus, and pixels on the sensor of 1.12 microns. The results are actually very good. Oppo touts that the camera on this phone is great, and I will admit that for a premium mid-ranger, this is probably one of the best that I've seen. I'd probably suggest turning off HDR at night given how slow the camera can be, but even in low-light scenarios, this camera is surprisingly good. The selfie shooter is also 16 megapixels, 2 aperture, and I've gotta say I'm quite impressed with the results. About the only thing that I don't like about this camera is how it performs on video. Notice that there is some stabilization being provided through software, I believe, but it's not good enough for walking around, for example. Overall, the Oppo R9s is a decent package for a premium mid-ranger. We're talking great design, a very good camera, and an approach to Android that I would say would help any iPhone switcher feel right at home. I'd call the price a little steep given how competitors like the OnePlus 3T are very close for this range, but if you're looking for an Android phone that looks and behaves like an iPhone, there is really no better place to go. Honestly, the Oppo R9s is a very good phone. Folks, just like this, we've got more reviews in the pipeline, so make sure you follow us on social media and hit that subscribe button down below for more videos like this one. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.